Alright, so picking up where I left off, we want to have it offset by 1. So let's continue on doing that. Let's see what that was. Oh wait, make sure 1. I want to do that over here also, and over here also, so we have the whole thing over there. And then we're going to want to just continue these down up to the each of their edges. Actually, now I can switch them. So if I click on, I think I could do this at the same time. So I click on them so they're blue, and then I do the right click, properties. We could just switch the layer. So we want it to be a hidden layer. Closing that. So now it's a nice hidden layer, and I want to continue these lines all the way to their respective endpoints. This one I might need to do the angle, and oh wait, does it let me? Yeah, it lets me make it perpendicular, so I don't need to type in for that one the 145 degrees. Now we're going to do the same thing over here, but we're going to bring the offset of the mouse again to the inside. So here and here. We're going to convert all of these also to be hidden lines. And then let's just finish those lines up. Okay. Alright, so now the last part, we also want to add a center line that's going through. So I'm going to do the same thing we did over here with the start center angle. Let's go to a center layer, and we're going to do start center angle. You know what, actually let me draw the center line in first. You know what, actually I'm going to draw a projection line. I could have done this earlier. Or I'm sorry, a construction line from here. I didn't. Now in retrospective, it might have been a little bit easier. What is going on? Why is my Let's see. Okay. Right, so I'm just going to do this for context. So I'm going to draw a center line going through from the midpoint, but a little bit below it, up into that construction line. So there should be. Oh wait, actually these were individual points, so I didn't need the midpoint there. So here's the start of our center line, and now we're going to do start center angle. So start center, and we're going to do that 45 degrees. And then we're going to draw this. It should be at 135 degrees, and so it should go a little bit past the edge. So I'd say 5.75 is good, and 135. Perfect. Alright, so this is exactly what this should look like. Now the next part is we are going to be drawing a lot of projection lines, a whole lot of them. And alright, so let's switch on to the projection layer. Basically anything I can think of, I'm just going to draw it for. You know what, actually let me draw a fold line first. So do ortho on, do this reasonably close. Alright. Projection line. Now the trick is basically every point you could find you're going to need on this upper portion. So let's do that. All these corners where all these different things meet. Actually, you might not need this one, but you're going to need basically all the others. But you might need those. I don't remember off the top of my head, but I am just going to draw a lot of projection lines that are going to be very helpful in drawing. Basically any point you want to include. So that also means where this intersects at the base, and also where it intersects at the top of the fitting over here. And then trying to think, I don't know if we need this one. Yeah, I don't think we need that. We can always make it later if we do. I'm not sure if we need this one either. These we definitely need. Okay, alright, let's start doing the base over here. We know it's going to form a rectangle, which is 19 across. We can see that from this, and 1.3 up. So let's switch back to solid and give this a try. Actually, we could just do the projections for the 1.3. So I'll start over here, go down, 19, go up here, and back to the starting point. So that's our base over here. I don't want to be too concerned with the sides because we're going to have to trim them. So I want to start drawing these ellipses. The ellipses are definitely a little bit tricky. Actually, we should only need 6 lines, so we definitely need the 2 corners. Oh no, we need the centers, so there should be 8 lines. Yeah, I'm going to remove this one because I think it's making it more messy, and then also this one over here. I don't think we need those. I think they just make it more confusing. Okay, I think this is pretty good. So from here, I'm going to draw a center line going straight up past our projection lines because we do in fact have a center line, and then we're going to also use it to help us position things. So there's our midpoint here. I'm going to go slightly lower than that. I'm going to go slightly above where we need to go. So that's a nice center line. And so this line is exactly where our ellipse is going to go. So where is ellipse? I'm just going to type it in. Ellipse. And so, all right, let's specify the center as over here. And so we're told that the true diameter is 10. And so it's going to be true on the horizontal axis because, again, this is easier to describe in person than over a video, but the horizontal axis isn't going to be transformed by the angle of the fitting, and so we want it to come out by 5, so 5, enter, and then vertically it should come up to, so this is for the small ellipse, it's going to be coming up to this point. Except I wanted that to be a solid line, but that's okay. So we click on this, and we're going to just switch it to a solid line. Okay. Then the next one is going to be the top circle here. So this top circle over here, top ellipse, and it's going to be 19, and it's going to go up to the top one and the bottom one. So it's going to go from here to here. So let's give that a try. So ellipse, and it's going to be centered at this point. So the same one as the ellipse that we already made. And so 19 divided by 2 is 9.5. Oops, what did I do here? Let's try that again. So ellipse, so we're going to do the center. It's going to be centered over here. It's going to come out by 9.5, and perfect. So see how it comes up to the, so where the top point is the top part of the ellipse, and then the higher corner on the lower end is the bottom. So that's perfect. So we would just want to switch this to being a solid line. Of course, I could just switch layers, which is what I should do. So now it's starting to come along. So all right, let's just switch layers. And so now this one, the lower ellipse, is not centered at the same point. The lower ellipse is actually centered on this line. So they're going to be shifted a little bit. So let's draw that ellipse. So I'm going to put it over here. And it's going to go out by 19. So 19 divided by 2, so 9.5. And it should come up to the lower level. Perfect. Alright, so that's good. If you really want to be perfect, you could zoom in over here, and you're going to need a straight vertical line to connect these. And it's not that easy to really make it perfect. In fact, I don't know if it, yeah, that looks good. So with the projection lines, that's a good spot to have it be. So let's do that. Okay, because there should be a vertical line connecting them. All right, next we want to draw hidden lines coming downwards from each edge. So we could do that pretty easily. And they go all the way down to the bottom of the base. So let's do that. So it should be right from here to here. So this is the inside of the pipe. We haven't done the outside yet. We're going to have to trim that when we do it. That's why I'm doing it last. Okay. And then we have these 12 unit diameter lines which go right up until we trim them. So let's do that. Let's switch to solid. So it's going to be 6 from the edge. So to the left by 6, and then I'm going to just go straight up. And I'm going to do the same thing over here. So 6, and then straight up, and then we're going to do some trimming. So I want to trim where I cut along here, and we're going to get rid of this line, and we're going to get rid of this line. So wow, that was quite a lot. Let's hide all these things that we aren't interested in. So we're not interested in construction, fold, and projection. Alright, so there we go. There we have it. We have made that drawing.